Clay, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. And as they say in Stoic, the obstacle is the way. And so if you let these pinheads get in your way, you're in trouble. Acta non verba is the motto of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point, New York. I had appointments to Naval Academy and Kings Point Merchant Marine Academy. And Merchant Marine Academy's motto was acta non verba. In other words, don't listen to what a person says. Watch what they do. Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learn from you. So congratulations.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrive Time, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement, how to help you guys implement the SEO. And the coaching is just great because there's accountability, and it's just a fantastic way to grow your company. Having a relationship with Thrive Time it's just been amazing for MultiClean. Oh my goodness, it frees me up because then I don't have to take a class on search engine optimization or learn marketing or shoot video. That's not what we do. What we do is commercial janitorial service. And you guys are the experts on marketing, and you teach me and hold my hand and show me how to do it right. And therefore, now my company is much, much larger.
Folks, on today's show, we're joined by a real client. He may look like a male model. He may look like a hologram, but he's a real person. He's a longtime client. He's a man that we consider to be a friend of the Thrive Time Show and a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Kevin. Welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Clay, I'm doing great. Had a great Christmas holiday, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so first question, can you tell us what is your name, first and last name, and what's the name of your company, sir?
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas.
And how long have we worked with you approximately at this point, sir?
It's been about 7 years.
That's when I start my grind, and I got no time for stumbling and chit chat talk with a fake friend. I'm on my grind, yeah. I'm on my grind. You need a job, I'm on my grind.
And we want to welcome all of his Glory Nation from east to west to north to south. Welcome to today's Kingdom Business Builder with America's coach, Clay Clark. We want to give a special shout out on this Veterans Day to every single veteran who's ever served this great country. We would not be the country we are today without your service. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. God is not done with his Eagle Nation. All right, it's time for Clay Clark. Clay.
Greetings there, Pastor Dave. And I want to say something about our veterans for a second. You know, we talk about freedom. We all know freedom isn't free without the sacrifices of the people who've served in the military. We also know that this great country gives us so much freedom that we now have the ability to talk about things like how to grow a company. There's entire podcasts devoted to how to write music. There are podcasts devoted to how to deal with being bored. I mean, come on now. So we have got so much freedom in our country because of the sacrifices of the men and women out there who've served our country. I encourage everybody out there, find a veteran, tell them thank you for their service. And Dave, I'm excited to talk about our stack of stuff today. We're talking about the law of decay. What? It's the law of decay. It's not a Clay Clark original. For anybody out there who's ever read Jim Rohn talks about the law of decay, or you might call it the law of exponential return. So you have the law of decay versus the law of exponential return. And so if you go to thrivetimeshow.com, Dave, thrivetimeshow.com, if our listeners head over there, you're going to see, when you click on the testimonials button, you're going to see thousands and thousands of wonderful business owners that we've been able to help turn their businesses around and help people have massive success over a span of 20 years. But I'll tell you this, when you hire my team or myself or my company to help you grow your company, it's a lot like signing up for the military. It's a little bit like boot camp. And Dave, we all know people that have served in the military. I've had great conversations with General Flynn about this. The idea of that morning PT or physical training, it's not something that's negotiable. It's something that they make you do. And the end result is everybody looks like they're in great physical shape. They are in great physical shape, but there's got to be a discipline and a rigor there. And Dave, I want to get your thoughts out there. Why do we as people out there, by default in the world of business, if we're self-employed, why do we not put the same rigor into our company that a drill sergeant would put into training new recruits to the military?
Because I don't believe they've been trained, whether they've gone through public education. A university doesn't teach I got a business degree and I'd learned nothing in business from my business degree. So you have to go out and search it and find the Jim Rohns, the Clay Clarks of the world to implement those strategies for you to be successful.
Now, folks, we're going to get into 5 moves you can implement right now, but this is very important. Everyone should write this down, okay? Number 1, I don't know if this is encouraging or discouraging, but it parallels the Bible, okay? By default, things only get worse. Mm-hmm. What? Yeah, so let's talk about it, okay? So you plant a garden, folks. I plant a garden. We all plant a garden, and we don't check on it. We don't pull the weeds. What's going to happen when you come back and check on that garden 6 months from now, even 30 days from now? What's going to be the shape? There's going to be weeds. It's going to be misshapen. It's going to be overgrown. Let's get a car. Let's get a brand new car. Someone out there, you bought a new car. Woo, awesome. Let's take that car and put that outside and not check on it for a year. What's going to happen? Well, A, when you try to start it, the battery probably won't work. The fuel system's going to be all clogged up. There's going to be a variety of issues if you don't move the vehicle. Another one, if you're watching this show right now, and I love that you are watching His Glory. I love if you're watching this right now that you're watching His Glory. But what if you never move your body? What if you're like a spaceman going through life and all you do is you watch podcasts and you don't work out, you don't move your body, you don't go for a walk, you don't move your mind or your body? Atrophy is what happens. So step number 1 right now, I'm asking you right now, where are you right now versus where do you want to go? Where are you right now versus where do you want to go? And I would encourage you December 4th and 5th, Dave, December 4th and 5th in Anaheim, California, we are hosting a business growth workshop. I've been doing these for 20 years. And I would encourage you, if you feel stuck in any way, shape, or form, find a way to get to Anaheim, California, December 4th and 5th. And you can get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. And if you use promo code His Glory, you have a chance to get a discount off those tickets. Also a chance to win a VIP backstage pass. Eric Trump is going to be there. Julie Green will be in the house. You'll be there, Mel K. It's going to be a great event. But again, you have got to find a way right now somehow to say, where do you want to go versus where are you now? And you have to embrace the idea that by doing nothing, that is not a valid strategy. And furthermore, the law of decay states that if by default things only get worse. And Dave, I don't know that is something that's taught in school, college, or anywhere, Dave, that by default things only get worse unless you're intentional. By default, things only get worse. Why is that not taught?
Well, because the professors are people that have teach it that never actually lived it. All the professors I have are always just educational. But it goes back to pulling the weeds. That remind me of a Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said, mentally thinking, there's no weeds in my garden. There's no weeds in my garden. There's going to be weeds in your garden. Tony Robbins said, pull the suckers out and move on. That means we have to be active.
Dave, I'll tell you a story, kind of a sad story, but it's kind of a true story. I was working with an entrepreneur a while back, and they said, I don't know why, but I just lost a big lawsuit. And I go, well, what happened? And they go, well, I didn't have workman's comp. And I go, well, I'll tell you what happened. You didn't have workman's comp. But in their mind, it was like a spiritual thing. It was like, and maybe it was a spiritual thing, but in their mind, it was like a momentum thing. It was an emotional thing. It was a spiritual thing. It was a confusing thing. It was going, I don't know why this kind of stuff always happens to me. So you look at the entrepreneur, I try to be nice and compassionate, and I say, hey, have you ever had like late payments on other areas of your life? Oh, yeah, I'm late on my car payments. Well, what else are you late on? Well, I'm late on my credit card payments. What else? So again, I'm just telling you, if you're watching this show, folks, we've got to get intentional. Proverbs 10:4 tells us that God blesses the hand of the diligent and he punishes the hand of the slacker. Now, pro tip number 2 here, related to the law of decay, okay? Only what gets scheduled gets done. Dave, if you said to me, Clay, I'll try to get with you, you try to get with me, I'll try to get with you. Yeah, let's nail down a time to do this show. It would never happen. You know why, folks? Because the His Glory Network is growing. It's thriving. People are every single day, more and more people are joining the His Glory Network. You're adding great programming, great content. More and more people are tuning in because they're going, man, His Glory. We've got content about prophetic news. We got Julie Green. We have content about the prophetic and what's going on with the military. You got the war room. We've got content about business. We've got content about music. And I'm just touching the surface of the things that you're doing and are continuing to do. And Dave, if you and I didn't say, hey, let's book a time in the schedule, it wouldn't get done. And I think sometimes, Dave, we as humans have a business and we don't schedule time to optimize the website, to optimize the About Us marketing video, to make our strategic marketing plan, to hire the new employee, to coach up or coach out the non-performing employee. Not that would ever happen. To look at the accounting, to look at the numbers. And Dave, I think we think, well, someday I'll get after it. But there is no someday. There's just Monday, there's Tuesday, there's Wednesday, there's Thursday, there's Friday, there's Saturday, there's Sunday. This just in. There's no someday. Dave, why you've been in business, you rose to the highest levels in business before starting His Glory. Why is it that only what gets scheduled gets done?
Well, that's just having discipline. If you don't put it on your plan and make it and prioritize it, ABC, it doesn't get done. I have 2 sets of books. I have a calendar that everybody in His Glory can see what my open calendar is. And then I have another plan where I fill in the blanks where I'm not doing something. I'm talking to somebody like you or business that needs to get done. So got to get it done. It's got to be put in writing.
Folks, what Dave just said, I'm telling you, Dave and I have read a lot of the same books, folks. I want you to know these are principles you can implement. Now, this is a third one, and this is a tough one. This is not going to feel fun. Napoleon Hill, the best-selling author of Think and Grow Rich, a man who I named my son after. My son's name is Aubrey Napoleon Hill. He once said that strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Let me try that again. Strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. So we come back from the break. We're going to talk more about this. But if you're out there today and you say, man, I want to get in great physical shape, it's going to come through struggle. If you said, man, I want to grow a business, it's going to come through struggle. If you said, I want to get to Anaheim, but I have to get there and it would be inconvenient to get all the way to California, it's going to require a little bit of struggle, but I promise it's worth it. So I encourage you right now, go to thrivetimeshow.com and request tickets for our upcoming event. It's December 4th and 5th in Anaheim, California. Eric Trump, Pastor Dave, myself. It's going to be a great Julie Green. Get those tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. That's thrivetimeshow.com. Use promo code His Glory. One more time, that's thrivetimeshow.com. Use promo code His Glory. We'll be back after the break.
Parasites are real. I can prove parasites are real. I know they're out in the world today. That's why I recommend Purge Advanced Parasite Cleanse.
Purge, crafted with an all-natural blend of 19 powerful ingredients, designed to target and eliminate every type of parasite inside the human body. Join thousands of users who've already transformed their health. Order now at www.purgestore.com/hisglory and use code HISGLORY for 10% off discount.
Your money is vanishing faster than ever before, and no one is coming to save it. But you can protect your savings starting right now, completely tax and penalty free. Goldco has helped protect billions in retirement savings with real gold and silver. At His Glory, we trust them, and today we want to send you a free gold and silver protection kit. Act now and you'll receive up to 10% in free silver. And if you have $25,000 or more in an IRA savings, Goldco will also send you a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Supplies are limited. Scan the QR code or click the link to get your free kit today. Goldco will protect what God has entrusted to you. Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend. After years of research, Dr. Marty has decided to release an information video showcasing exactly which foods you should stop feeding your dog, which you can find out right now by going to hisglorypet.com. You won't believe how simple it is. His Glory Expansion Fund. Give to the His Glory Expansion Fund to help us purchase land, create parking, build a bunkhouse for youth and others in need, laying the foundation for our future worship center. As members of the His Glory Nation, this is a great way to help us reach 1 billion souls for Christ. Go to hisglory.me/donate today to make a difference. Together, we will bring 1 billion souls to Christ. Billion soul donation. Become a billion soul partner. By giving $30 or more monthly and support our mission to reach 1 billion souls for Christ. And a thank you, you'll get receive a copy of my book, All for His Glory, and also enter to a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip to either the Footprints of Paul, which is our trip to Greece next year, or our trip back to Israel. So we're going to be having 2 big trips next year, taking a group back to Israel, and the first time ever, the Apostle Paul footprints in Greece. It's going to be a magnificent trip. All right, we're back with Kingdom Business Builders and Clay Clark.
Dave, if you go to thrivetimeshow.com, I want to fill people's minds with encouragement and not discouragement. I want to fill people with the hope that they can turn their dreams into reality. But I also want to be very real. Nothing changes until I do, right? So if you go to thrivetimeshow.com and you look at these testimonials, I was doing an interview a couple days ago with one of my longtime success stories, one of my longtime clients. Their company's called Master Machine, and they're a machine shop. And I've had the opportunity to work with MMM-USA, that's MMM-USA.com. And whether people like this or not, they've made products for Tesla. They've made products for the U.S. Army. I mean, they're a big company. They've done very well for themselves. As a manufacturing company in America, by the way, they've also done well. They now make meat. They sell meat, and they do all these. I'm just saying this to say I've worked with these guys for 9 years. And during that span of 9 years where they've been clients of mine, you say, well, what kind of stuff do we do? Well, every single week with every single one of my clients, we have some core things that we need to follow up on, because by default, drifting occurs. And if you're not careful and you have just a little bit of enthusiasm in your life, you're going to be an idea guy. And I'm an idea guy. I'm a vision guy. I'm a creative, or whatever that is. And what happens is that you have all these ideas, but none of them get executed, right? So it's not about ideas. It's not about new concepts. It's about implementing those ideas. It's not about new ideas or education. It's about how do you increase your compensation through implementation. That's the conversation that I have, is how do you actually increase your compensation through implementation? And so this next move I want to talk about is we talked about the law of decay from Jim Rohn. And number 3, it says, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. I got to be real with you. The other day I was at the gym with my son, and I got almost tired watching a guy work out. Dave, this guy comes in and he's going to set a lunge record. So he's lunging from point A to point B to point C. He's lunging. I'm going, this guy's probably lunging 100 yards. I'm going, wow, that's impressive. Then I watched the guy, and we're doing our workout, but I'm watching this guy doing pull-ups. I'm watching this guy doing box jumps. And this guy looks like he is tired. And he's huffing, and he's not putting on a show where he's drawing a crowd, but, he's there at 4 a.m. I mean, just putting in the reps. He's getting in the sweat. And this guy looks like he is really working hard. And I'm thinking, man, this guy, I'm getting tired almost watching this guy. And then when we walked by the guy walks by, I'm going, he earned that physique. I mean, that's what the thought I have. This guy is in great shape. He earned it. And I think a lot of times it's easy for us to go, man, I want to look like that guy, but I don't want to put in the work like that guy did. Or it's easy to say, I want to have success in business in that area, but I don't want to put in the work. So if you're out there today and you're not afraid of work and you want to put in the work, and you know that the Bible says the Hebrew word for work in the Bible is worship. Folks, look it up. The word for worship means work, and the word worship means, well, think about this. In the Bible, in the Hebrew language, the word work means worship, and the word worship means work. They're the same word. There's one word for work and worship. So we're supposed to work as unto the Lord and not as unto human masters. Like God gave Adam the garden to work that thing. So if you're watching this, you say, I want to put in the work. Just show me what work to do. if that's the question you have, I would highly recommend, if that's what you want to do, come to our workshop. Work is in the name. All right. Go to thrivetimeshow.com and we're going to teach you how to generate more leads. We're going to teach you marketing, branding, sales, customer service, accounting, finance, workflow design, all of those things. And it might seem like work. It might feel like work. But Dave, you like work and I like work. And I know a lot of your listeners like work. I love having a hard day, coming home after a tough day, having a great time with my family, and then falling asleep immediately. I love working to the point of almost exhaustion every day. I love working as unto the Lord. Dave, what are your thoughts on this idea of working as unto the Lord, and not viewing work as something that you have to do, but viewing work as something that you get to do as a way of worshiping our Lord and Savior?
Yeah, I think you just summed it up perfectly right there. The worship together, do your work as if you're doing it for the Lord, because we are doing it for the Lord. And if you do that with passion, he's going to bless you and give you the strength that you need to get through. And it's fun. It's not hard. It's not work. It's fun.
I want to brag on your team for a second. When we did those Reawaken events together, 24 events. And by the way, we're having a Reawaken reunion on June 19th and June 20th. People can learn more about that today. That's going to be Eric Trump and General Flynn. You can learn more about that today by going to timetofreeamerica.com. That's timetofreeamerica.com, timetofreeamerica.com. But for every one of these events that we did, that's June 19th, June 20th, 2026, Oklahoma City, timetofreeamerica.com. Every event that we did, Dave, the His Glory team, you did all the baptisms. And when I saw you guys do the baptisms, Dave, I'll tell you what I never saw. I never saw you or your team roll your eyes and go, okay, here's another baptism. Oh, man, we could be done baptizing people. Man, this whole eternal salvation thing is boring. Wow, when can we go on break? I never saw that. What I did see was your team had an eagerness and a passion to help people enter into a life-changing relationship with Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. What you never saw on stage was me going, oh, man, I've been on my feet all day. Yep. What you did see was a person on a mission. When I talked to you stage side, what I did see was a guy who was on mission. And if you're out there today and you say, I am on a mission, what is that mission? I want to earn more money so that I can give more, sow more seeds, be more. I know that money is a magnifier, and I know that money is going to allow me to sow more seeds into the ministries, to expand my influence, to share the gospel. If you want to grow a company, a kingdom building business, I would encourage you to go on over to thrivetimeshow.com. thrivetimeshow.com. Find a way to join us at one of our workshops. Our next one, December 4th and 5th in Anaheim, California. Move number 5. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Discipline is the bridge from our goals to accomplishment. Think about this for a second. We, everybody watching this, we have goals. We have these F7 goals, right? We have goals for our faith, our family, our finances, our fitness, friendship, fun, and our focused attention. What? We all have goals for our faith, our family, our finances, our fitness, our friendship, our fun, and our focused attention. We all say, man, I really want to focus in and write a book. We all say, man, I really want to get in great shape. We all say, man, I want to be a super dad. Man, I want to be a super successful business person. I want to be the best employee I can be. We all have goals. But the bridge between where we are and where we want to go is discipline. And so I think about our longtime clients of ours. I'm just citing this example so your folks can look it up. Master Machine, mmm-usa.com. These guys, Master Machine, Dave, they have to actually make parts. So when the Army orders parts, Tesla orders parts, the order comes in, and they actually have to manufacture the parts and then ship the parts, and they get paid based upon what they do, not what they say they're going to do, or AKA acta non verba. That's a Latin phrase, acta non verba. By the way, it's Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's his favorite phrase, is acta non verba. Even though he's not a Christian, at some point we should find a way to get Robert Kiyosaki on the His Glory Network. But Robert Kiyosaki, he always says acta non verba. Maybe you can convert him on the show. Acta non verba. It's what judge people based upon what they do not what they say. There's an entire book of the Bible called James where it's all about, hey, faith without works is dead. And Dave, I find it so encouraging when you come to a workshop and the room is filled with people that are actually putting in the work and they're actually having success. I want to get your thoughts on this, Dave. What kind of energy do you feel in the room when you're at one of these workshops and the room is filled with actual entrepreneurs that are actually putting in the work and they're actually producing the results?
Well, your energy goes through the roof, and also you're around like-minded people, and you're learning through testimonies how people have overcome and done things and put that application in their business. It is priceless. You don't get that in a university. You don't get that in a book. You got to come to one of these events.
I'll tell you this, folks. I just want to be very clear for everybody watching this. This is very important for everyone to know. Our workshops, how they work is we start at 7 a.m. So we'll be out there in sunny Anaheim, California, 7 a.m. And when you get there, we're going to teach you marketing and branding and finance and workflow design and sales and social media marketing and all these skill sets. And so what we do is we do 30 minutes of teaching, and then we take a 15 minutes for Q&A. And the entire time, the room is filled with actual client success stories. So by the time you get to the end of day 2 of this conference, you're thinking, man, I've just learned what I need to do. I've met a bunch of people that are actually doing it, and now I know exactly how to apply it. So you don't leave going, wow, there's a ton of new ideas. I don't know how I could do that. You leave going, here are the proven systems that work, the best practices. These are proven systems that work. Here are actual people that have actually done it, and then here's how I'm going to apply it when I get home. And because of the way we do it with the 30 minutes of teaching and the 15 minutes of break after each session, is you get to meet all the attendees. And so you're going to leave this room of hundreds of people with, I would argue, maybe dozens of new friends. And it really is a powerful thing. And Dave, you've been to the workshops, but you've also been to some major corporate America workshops before starting His Glory. Could you maybe compare and contrast the in-person Thrive Time Show workshops featuring Eric Trump versus maybe what you've been to and corporate America?
Corporate America, it was a waste of time. It was just blah, 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 because they came from education of public schools. But with your event, you mentioned friendship. I heard so many times at our event on Saturday where people have come to one of your events and they had lifelong friendships develop on that. And they call each other and they lift each other up, fellow business people. That's another a benefit to this.
I'll say this too. A lot of the people that are wonderful sponsors of His Glory and visitors of His Glory Nation, they met at a Reawaken tour or at a business conference. But if you're out there today and you say, I want to improve my life, what do I need to do? 1, learn the proven path. All right. 2, your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Okay. And the third thing is you got to be a person of action. So get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Thrive Time Show.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this. I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February in the last 2.5 days. So, and the phone's blowing up. Everything's just blowing up. You're right. It is like a rocket ship. So we're pinching ourselves, actually.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
But I recognized at the age of 15, I'm going, you know what? I am not going to live that way. And so I started a company out of my parents' basement called djconnection.com. And I decided I am going to have success. And so I reached out to millionaires and people that I kind of knew through church and friendships and parents of my friends. And I said, what book would you recommend that I read? I'm a 15-year-old asking this question. True story. And I kept being told, you got to read.
Hello, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Radio Show. It's an exciting time. Also, I think a treacherous time, a spooky time also. But it's always, danger is a good time. Today, my guest is Clay Clark, and I went out with Tom Wheelwright to visit Clay with Eric Trump also. And the reason I want to talk to Clay this morning is a very important subject called study. And the reason I say that is things are changing so fast, and many people are completely missing the show. You know, things are changing at rapid speed. Technology is changing. And so I went to Tulsa, well, again, with Tom Wheelwright and Eric Trump. And the thing I was so impressed about Clay is this word called study. I don't know, you guys must be in your water or something, Clay, but boy, I was so impressed how big you guys are. But what really impressed me was you have this huge congregation. They're all about guys your age. They're on fire. And you start your classes at 5 in the morning. Now, let me talk to you about study here. We show our books here. Now, this is how I study. You know, this is The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's on the Fed. And Clay's doing the same thing. We study. So I go out to Clay's place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's built this huge compound out there. And you guys start at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's not by Zoom. They drive there. They show up 5 o'clock, bright-haired, bushy-tailed, and all this. And they're on fire. Your group is on fire. So that's what was on Clay, this technology. You tell your group I was so impressed. Because, like I said, studies became a bad word. I got into fights in my own company because our staff didn't want to study anymore. And I don't know how they cannot do that. So Clay, anyway, welcome to the Rich Dad Radio Show. That's what I want to talk to you about is how do you do it? 5 o'clock in the morning, you have hundreds of people showing up in your huge auditorium on your property to study. Anyway, welcome to the show, Clay. And what turns you on so much? That's what I want to know. Give us a little about your background.
My name is Karime Schofield, and the name of our company is Whistle While You Clean.
I am Sophia Schofield.
We live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we service the tri-state, so Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana.
We were getting a phone call, and we were like, why is someone calling our business line? That's unusual, and we picked it up, and it was a lead.
I mean, it's been incredible, Clay. We've gone from 0 to like 100% growth. Like we're like a full functioning company. It's great. Like we're blown away at how well we're doing. So working with you guys have really taught us a lot about generating leads and pursuing our Dream 100. So we have a list of customers that we want to market to. And so we've been making phone calls, we've been showing up in person. We're trying to get near the businesses that they would visit if they were visiting like a hair salon or something. And then we start calling them and we just start pursuing them. And then the other thing that we do is when we do cleans, we take a lot of video testimonials and we post those to our website so other customers can see. And then we also upload a lot of images of the things that we do. And so we're also asking our clients for Google reviews after we've cleaned their houses. And so it's this constant like cycle of doing those things over and over and over again. I would say if you're on the fence, go to one of Clay's conferences. They are hilarious. They're fun. They're educational. They're so good that even my teenagers like them. And I would say don't let fear hold you back. If you want to start a business, do the obvious thing and hire someone who knows how to run businesses. If I wanted to get in shape, I'd hire a gym person, a personal trainer. This is like the personal training for business. It has been absolutely amazing. I mean, our coach is encouraging. When he first met with us, he said, do we want him to be like a drill sergeant with us? What level of intensity do we want him to give us? And I will say he is incredibly encouraging all the time. And he just hits the same mark with us every single time. It's very repetitive. But I think we both really learn a lot every time we sit down and have a conversation with him over the phone. He keeps pushing us to go further, and he can recognize when we're afraid to do something and he'll give us a little bit of grace, but that next week he's drilling us again, like pushing us to go harder. Our no-brainer offer is we are offering your first clean for $1. And that sounds absolutely insane. It even sounded insane when I was talking over it with our business coach. And I will tell you that that has generated some of our hugest clients. I mean, that has been like a game changer because it opened up the door to more clients, more recommendations, more leads. And we were surprised how far that dollar clean got us.
How important has it been for you to work out that scripting, even though you offer $1 for the first clean? How important has it been for you to nail that down?
It's been really important because it kind of it hones in so that you're not just all over the place when you're trying to explain what it is that you do. And a lot of times it's like you're a good person offering a good product and you have integrity and you want to communicate that. But when you go to communicate without a script or without practice, it's just like a mess coming out of your mouth, as opposed to having this, honed in practice where you know what you're going to say, you know how you're going to say it, and you can almost expect better results when you do it that way.
Had you ever been an entrepreneur before starting this particular business?
No, never.
Did you ever think about wanting to own your own business someday? Or what was the first time you thought, maybe I would like to open my own business?
Absolutely. I've probably been dreaming about it for about 10 years.
Okay, and let me go to your daughter here. Had you ever thought about wanting to team up and open your own business, or was that something that you were maybe excited about, or not so much?
Well, for me, my parents would always listen to your podcast and business podcast. And as I started listening to them, I started realizing that I wanted to own a business.
It's www.whistlewhileyouclean.com. Honestly, the hardest thing was getting over the fear. It was the fear of the unknown. There was like a cloud of doubt that, you can't do this, you're going to fail. There was a few sleepless nights there when we did pull the trigger and join your team and start the coaching process. Even my husband put a little bit of pressure on me from time to time because it was just absolutely scary to take that jump and actually start a business.